National Border Patrol Council Vice President Art Del Cueto. Art, great to see you again. So have we finally found a way around some of these asylum rules that have been such a lure for illegal immigration?
Well, I mean, this certainly is something huge that is going to help. And I will add, not only is it something that helps stop these asylum claims, but people are complaining about detaining these individuals longer. But what it is going to do, it's going to give immigration officers the time to talk to these people and determine who is an actual guardian of these minors and who is not.
Great point.
You got to remember, the criminal organization is bringing these kids knowing, hey, within 20 days we'll be released. So what's happening is they're using these minors as pawns for their criminal game. We don't know if some of these kids are actually related to these individuals. This gives immigration the extra time so we can figure out if these are legitimate, not only legitimate asylum claims, but we need to see if they're legitimately family members, and that is important. I don't understand how anybody would be against it. To be against something like this means you really don't care about these children.
Well, and it's extraordinary that the left has kidnapped the whole idea of compassion. They say, you know, they're the only ones with the compassion, yet I think it's very uncompassionate. It's the opposite of compassion to allow children to be put in the hands of smugglers who are not related to them.
Definitely. It has created a magnet to allow these individuals, one, to break our laws, two, to make false claims to asylum, and definitely it's put kids at risk. Thank God that we have individuals that are thinking outside the box, that are going forward with this, and realistically, they're not going to get the credit they deserve, but not only are they stopping false asylum, they're saving a lot of kids' lives, and that's important.
All right, let's talk about how the Attorney General is getting involved in this. We've got a terrific Attorney General right now who's operating on so many fronts, but one of those fronts is immigration. He wants to appoint tougher immigration judges. Apparently, there have been judges that have been perfectly okay with a million cases backlogged in the immigration system, but there are other judges who are much tougher, want to see that cleared out. Will that help?
I mean, I don't see it as them appointing tougher judges. I plainly see it as they're appointing judges that are going to be efficient and get the job done. And that's something that definitely needs to be done. The amount of backlogged cases is just ridiculous. And I think the criminal organizations have exploited that, and they've used that to their advantage, knowing fully well that these individuals will be just caught and released in the country.
Of course they have. And back home, what innocent U.S. citizens are going through as a result of some of this crisis, not only those in the border, but once the illegals spread out and do not actually go back to the court as they're supposed to and settle in elsewhere, and a lot of them are criminals. There's new data from the DOJ on federal arrests of illegals over a 20-year period. This is over a long period of time. I was unaware that 64% of all federal arrests were of non-U.S. citizens. 64% were non-U.S. citizens.
Well, and what's ridiculous is you hear individuals that they want to make up for that, and they say, well, we have criminals in the United States. I know we have criminals here, but it doesn't mean we need to start importing anymore. We're not against immigration. Everyone needs to be clear about that. We are very pro-immigration, but we're pro-legal immigration. There's a right way to do things, and there's a wrong way to do things.
You don't want criminals coming in, and you want people coming in who are going to be working hard and who we need. That's another reason why we got to get to a merit-based system, a system where we're able to decide who comes in. And we do have jobs available for people with particular skills. Try to match those people with those job needs that we have.
The simplest way that I've explained it to people is this. It doesn't matter whether you're on the right side of the aisle or the left side of the aisle. When you're at home, you want individuals to knock on your door, and you want to make the decision of who you allow in your home and who you don't. You don't want individuals just breaking in through your windows or coming in unannounced. That's what it comes down to.
That's a great analogy.
We need it in our home. We definitely should have it at our nation's borders.
Finally, very quickly, the CBP wasn't apparently collecting DNA samples for a long period of time. That was a problem when you're trying to figure out who's who, who's related to whom, whether a person has a background, or just getting the DNA sample so you can track that person if they do get involved in criminal activity. Is that changing now?
That should be changing, and honestly, a lot of these changes that are happening, I sound like I'm cheerleading, but the honest to goodness truth is we have a president that's caring about the immigration system. We have a president that's caring about American citizens, and moving forward, I hope it continues. But we're very grateful right now. We're in a position right now where we can't take a step back, and as I've said many times before, illegal is not a race. Stop making it about race.
That's it.
We all need to start behaving like Americans.
Absolutely. No, to put the rate, we're going to be talking about that later in the program, but to put this in a racial context is absurd. I mean, it's about legality and illegality. That simple. Art Del Cueto, great to see you, sir. Thank you for your service. Really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.